Today I'm doing a chit chat on get to know me. I'm going to talk about weight loss and motivation because sometimes we need to be motivated. It seems that okay. Hi Maria. Welcome Maria. How are you? So yeah, happy to see you too. Sandra. Oh, Sandra. Now you're seeing me live, Sandra. Welcome to my channel. This is Tibumi's Living. Here at Tibumi's Living, we're about lifestyle, healthy living, and food vlogs. And today I'm doing a chit chat with you. Get to know me. And we're going to talk about your lifestyle, about weight loss and motivation. And also, I want you to leave comments as I talk along. If you have questions, we can deal with them. So I'll be looking at my notes because I'm going to talk about certain things. Although I'm not a doctor, I'm not a nutritionist, I'm not a fitness trainer, but I'm talking from my experience of what I've passed through in my weight loss journey, and also some of the things I've learned in the process of getting information to change my lifestyle. So these days we realize that many people are getting overweight, not because they want to, but because of how things are right now, from stress or from what they eat. Um, Sometimes it could be due to genetics from their family. It can affect them, and they can't control how they can't control it. So, and also it could be from stress, could be from hormones. When you get older, as a woman, you stop to produce some hormones in your body when you get to menopause, and then you start to add more weight around your belly area. You also um, you also your metabolism reduces, so you end up adding more weight in your middle area. But with your lifestyle, you can change situation. Then another thing is that the food that we have available now, they're not, most of them are not very healthy, and we don't have control. We don't produce them. It's not like those days that there was farm, you get your food from the ground and you prepare it in your kitchen. These days we are buying food from the supermarkets, and supermarkets are getting food from, most of the food are processed food, except if you buy raw food like meat, fish, vegetables that are raw from the farm. But the ones that you buy that are packaged, they have already been processed, they've been refined, and they add some additives, they add some other things to it to give it taste. While they remove important things from the food, they remove the fiber, yes, they remove iron, they remove vitamin from this food, because when this food, they want them to last longer in the shelf. So they remove this, they strip the food of these very healthy, important nutrients that our body needs, and they add sugar, they add salt, they add fat. Even the type of fat that they add to the food, they're not healthy fat, because they want to make the food to be cheap. So, and of course, when you go to the market, you have to make a choice from between the healthy food and the cheaper food. So most of the time we end up going for the cheaper one because we want to save money. And these manufacturers, they understand our mind, how we think, you know. So and they make money from us anyway, and we also want to buy cheap food, but not knowing that we are not buying healthy food. This food look attractive because they've added colorants, they've added additives to make it to look attractive to us, and we end up buying it. Another thing that affects about our lifestyle is because, in those days there was more time. Now we are very busy with our life. You go to work in the morning. From the work, you are stressed already before you get home. Then you have to go through the traffic to get home. By the time you get home, you are tired. What you want to do is just to rest or spend little time in the kitchen. You don't want to spend a lot of time cooking for the family or even for yourself. So you end up going for the processed food that are very quick to cook. They're very quick to prepare. Some of them are even already prepared for you. I know many of us will go and buy already prepared food. These foods are not very healthy. Most of them, I'm not saying everything, but most of them are not very healthy. So at the end of the day, we are adding fat into our body. We are adding food that is not healthy, and even our body doesn't even understand the food that we are eating anymore. So it doesn't know how to digest properly this food, and some of it end up being converted to fat in our body. You classify food there are 3 macronutrients of food. There are carbohydrates, protein, and fat. Yes, but carbohydrates, protein, and fat. These are the 3 macronutrients of food. So fat has the highest calorie. When you eat food that is added, even like meat, fatty meat, and all this red meat, they are very high in fat. So that's why doctor always recommends that we eat low fat diet or low carb diet. But even though you go to the supermarket, they write low carb or low fat, they remove the fat, added salt and sugar to give it taste. If it's low carb, they remove part of the carb, added fat and salt. So at the end of the day, you are consuming what is not healthy for your body. So the bottom line is that we gain weight from what we eat. We gain weight from stress. Stress and what we eat are part of our lifestyle. Our lifestyle brings stress to us. With our lifestyle, we are stressed every day. With our work, with the family, with many other things, we are stressed. Then, because we don't have time to prepare our food anymore, we are buying food that is processed food. And because this food tastes very nice and they are cheap, we end up going more for this kind of food. And because they have added other things to make this food to taste nice, and we want to eat more of this food, so we end up craving this food. The more we eat, the more we want to eat of this food because of the things they've added inside. The sugar creates crave to eat more. The fat also makes us, because when you what you want to achieve is to eat less calorie dense food, such as rice, yam. Okay, yam is natural food, but it's not processed food, but it has high calorie index. So we need to go for food that are not don't have high calorie index, and we need to go for food that are not highly processed. Means that instead of buying food that is already manufactured, that is highly processed, we opt for the options that are less refined food, and the calorie index is low. We need to watch what we are eating, our diet. We need to take care of our diet. And because we eat, also, as I mentioned before, we crave for more food when you eat all this kind of food. So it means that you have to make choice to go for less, to have less of processed food in your diet. Let me put it that way. Less of processed food in your diet. I've been talking. I haven't asked if you're following what I'm saying. Do you have any question? Or if what I'm saying, is it clear to you? Do I need to break it down further? Can you comment? Let me know that you're still here. Okay, you can hear me very clear. Can you understand what I'm saying? If I need to say it again or make it more clear the way I say it. Can you make comment, please? Okay, you understand? Okay, let me ask now. Do you understand what I said about processed food? About our lifestyle, how our lifestyle changed because we don't have a lot of time. We work, we spend time at work, we get home, we are tired, we don't have time to cook properly our food. And then most of the food we are eating is processed food. If it's not fully processed, it's partly processed, and they are full of calories, they are calorie dense food. Do you understand that aspect? Okay. Okay, so you understand that aspect. So what we need to do is to try to be more conscious about what we are eating. Means that we go for the raw food instead of buying this packaged food that are cheaper, are more attractive, but at the end, they are not healthy for us. So, okay, this is the problem. Then you have to, we have to make conscious decision because it's very important that we stay healthy. We don't want to wait until the doctors are telling us that, oh, you have some number of years to live or you develop some health issues like diabetes or heart condition. You don't want to wait until you get to that situation in our life. And then we start spending money for doctor every day, doctor appointment. We can take our life into our hands by making decision from now to eat healthy. Yes, I know you wake up early and go home late, so I just go to cook. And then you are tired already. So what do you think you can do, Sandra? What do you think you should do to help the situation? Can you leave your comment there, Sandra? Hi, hi, Lizzie. How are you, Lizzie? Good. What time is it there? Good evening. Haha, my darling sister. Nice to see you or see you on my channel. Welcome to my channel. Are you just tuning in? Can you leave your comments? I've been talking about overweight and our lifestyle, obesity, overweight and our lifestyle, how our lifestyle has affected us, the way we eat, and how manufacturers of food capitalize on situation and then they give us garbage instead of giving us real food. They refine the food, they strip the food of its healthy nutrients, and they add sugar and salt and fat into the food, and then the food is cheap. We see it there. We have to choose between the healthy one and the more expensive, more cheaper, unhealthy food. So we end up going for the cheaper one. Yes, it's evening there. Yeah, I know. Okay. So if you are just tuning in, can you let me know what you have heard so far? Because I want everybody to be carried along. Sandra, I believe you know better than me. That's why I'm here to get some advice. Okay. So yes, I agree. I don't know much better. I'm just like you, but I am because I have been learning by myself to find a way to improve my health and to lose weight. So I have some information and I feel I should just pass information to you so that if you're on your journey, you are in a weight loss journey or you just are beginning to start your weight loss journey, you can also be able to, at least somebody who has an edge over the situation can help you, give you information, what you can do. That's why I'm here, just to give you tips. So I started from what we are eating, because it's what you eat that will end up affecting your health, that will end up adding weight to your body. So we have to make choice about what we are eating, and we have to know that what is there in the supermarket most of the time are not very healthy food. Doesn't mean that all of them are not healthy, but because the ones that are not healthy, they are made to look more attractive, and they have stripped them of their nutrients. They've added colorants to them. They've added things to make them to look more attractive, and they are cheaper. We end up going for this cheaper food, but at the end are not healthy for our body. The best food that we need to eat is a natural one that you buy from, and mostly vegetables. When you want to eat, you have more vegetables on your plate, have some protein, and reduce the fatty food. Reduce the fatty food. Let the vegetable be more on your plate. So we end up consuming less calories and less of fatty food. When you eat and you eat more than what your body needs, your body is storing the rest as fat. If you eat and your body cannot burn all the food, it's storing it as fat. And of course, when you are eating more of processed food, means that you are also eating more food that has higher calorie. Calorie is what your body is like energy. Your body has to burn it to be able to carry out its function. Even when you are sleeping, your body is still functioning and is spending energy. So if your body doesn't need that calorie, it's going to store it in your body somewhere as fat. So that is why we can get overweight. We can also get overweight because it is either genetic from our family, apart from food. Yes, sometimes our body, people have a problem, they cannot burn this food very well. So their body can store it as fat as well. Or when you get older, like in my own situation about my age, and I'm already above menopause. So it means that my body metabolism slows down. And so I cannot burn like when I was younger. It means that if I eat now, I have to consider eating less food and making the right choices of food that I'm eating. Because otherwise, my body is going to store it as fat if I don't need it. Now, if you're already overweight and you want to lose weight, means that number one, you have to watch your diet. You have to start making the right choices of food that you have to eat. Eat less of fat. Of course, your food has to be balanced. You have to have protein in your food. So you eat, it doesn't mean that you're going to cut off important food that you need. You have to eat meat or fish. You can get your protein from plants as well. It's not only meat. You can get your protein from plants, like beans. Carbohydrates you get from rice, you can choose, instead of eating white rice, you can eat brown rice, if you can find that. Food like a sweet potato, if you have to make choice between sweet potato and yam, I would rather go for sweet potato because the sugar content in sweet potato is released slowly into your body, and your body can burn it better than like yam. Doesn't mean you shouldn't eat yam, but if you're eating it, eat it in lesser quantity. Then you're talking about vegetables. Let your plate be full more of vegetables, because vegetables have fiber and they help your system to move the food more in your body, and it's passed more quickly in your system. And then they are more rich in vitamins. So as I was talking about how to burn when your body cannot burn the food that it eats completely, it stores it in your body as fat. Then if you have stress, Sandra, like you told me, you said when you get home, you are tired to cook. You wake up early and you go to work, and you get home, you are tired to cook. Yes, I know this is what is the lifestyle now. Means that if you have that situation, means you have to prepare part of your food earlier. You have a time, maybe a day you can cook earlier. Maybe some days you make it the day that you cook, and you can package your food, put this in your freezer, so that when you come back home, it's food that you cook at home, so you know what you put inside. It's not like you went and bought like pizza or already made food somewhere. You prepare your own food, you know what is in your food. So it's more recommended to cook your food than to buy food from outside, because all this food that you buy from outside, they've added things inside them to make them to taste better, to make you to crave for it more. So I know I'm talking around, but if you are getting me, let me know if you're understanding what I'm saying. Oh, Lizzie, you said like in Nigeria, where we have so many carb food, how do I lose weight? Yes, in Nigeria, you have a lot of high carbohydrate food, but you also have a lot of vegetables in Nigeria. So all you need to do is, yes, you eat the food that you eat the carb, but let it be smaller portion. Let the vegetables be more on your plate. Another way you can trick your mind about what you're eating is, instead of having a bigger plate, you can choose to use a smaller plate. You are tricking your mind to believe that when you finish that food, your mind tells you you're full. But if your plate is bigger and you fill your plate with the food, of course you're going to finish the food. But if you start tricking your mind to eat less, means that once you have a smaller plate, you have, let's say on your plate, half of it is vegetables, half of the plate is vegetables, 1/4 is a protein, maybe the meat, 1/4 of it is protein. Oh, you joined before I started, Lizzie. Sorry, I didn't know that. Okay, so means that you've heard most of the things I was saying. That's good. Okay, that's why I said that when you join, to make a comment so I can know that you're there. All right. Okay, what I was saying. So get a smaller plate. Trick your mind to believe that you're full. Get a smaller plate, and half of it is vegetables. 1/4 of it is your meat. Yes, yes, Sandra. Yes, right. The best is vegetable because it's full of vitamin. But my husband doesn't like vegetable, only meat, and I know it's not healthy to eat much meat. I agree with you. So you have to find a way to convince him. You don't have to force him to eat it if he doesn't want, but slowly, slowly. Also, you can help him to change, because if what you are cooking at home is more of, you follow this lifestyle to change, you can create it in your home. You can change. Yes. For me, for example, before, my daughter wouldn't want to eat, she wanted mostly carbohydrates. But when I prepared the food, I prepared the vegetables, salad, and there's a portion of the plate that is going to be meat, but I make sure that it's not as much as the vegetable. It's not more than the vegetables. So with time, and that's what I eat every day. That's what I prepare in my house. That's what I eat every day. So more or less, you influence them with your own lifestyle. And before, I would cook what my daughter wanted, and I would eat the same thing. Then I realized that I wasn't helping myself. So when it got to a point, I would cook my own food separately. But slowly, slowly, I started to win her towards what I'm eating. So and there's a lot of food that she wouldn't want to eat. For example, she wouldn't like to eat beans. And they always recommend that plant food are even better than plant-based protein, because you can get protein from plants as well. Yeah. Okay. Plant-based protein are good, although they lack certain nutrients. The animal-based protein has more things inside, but because they have more fat inside, and the fat that is inside the animal-based protein, they are not very healthy for us. But when it comes to the nutrients, that other nutrients that the animal-based protein has, it's better than plant-based protein, because you cannot get all the nutrients from plant-based protein except you combine different types. Say, for example, you have beans. There are different types of beans that have colors. You have like red beans. You can mix, and vegetables to have different colors on your plate. If it's vegetables, have different colors of vegetables on your plate. I don't know if you understand what I'm saying. Hi, am I making sense? Are you getting any understanding of what I'm saying? Okay, I will continue from the plate. So you have you get fiber from the vegetables and fruits. You have your protein, and you have, so from your protein is meat or plant-based like beans. Okay, yes, oh, you get it. And did I answer your question? If I didn't answer your question, maybe I have to explain it in a different way. Maybe I didn't hit the point exactly. Okay, so as I was saying, you have half of your plate, your smaller plate, not a big plate. Let it be veggies, a quarter of it protein. So, and then you have fruits after your meal. But also there are some fruits that are high in carbohydrates. If you eat them in smaller portion. Don't sit down and it's time to relax, and then you get home, you watch your TV, you pack it in front of you, and you eat, you binge eat. So it means you have to be conscious of what you're eating. When you put it in your belly, once it's gone there, it's finished. So be conscious of what you're eating. For example, for me, let me tell you my own lifestyle. Let me use my own lifestyle. Okay, about food. I am following what they call intermittent fasting. Intermittent fasting, there are different, there is a 16 to 8, means that I fast for 16 hours of the day. You have 24 hours in a day anyway. So I fast for 16 hours of the day while I eat within 8 hours window of the day. So part of the time I'm fasting is the time I'm sleeping. So what happens is that I eat my breakfast from about 11 o'clock in the morning. Means that from 11 o'clock to 7 o'clock, which is 8 hours, I eat. Means that, yeah, from 11, 12, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, yeah, 8 hours, I eat. Then from 7 to 11 o'clock is another 6 hours. 7 in the evening to 11 o'clock in the morning is another 16 hours when I have not eaten. So even before I eat my breakfast, I try to do some exercise, because when I have not eaten and I do exercise during that time, I'm able to burn whatever my body has stored before. I'm burning from the fats that I have stored before. So I'm able to burn this fat from my body before I eat my breakfast. That is because I'm following the 16 to 8. Some people do 12 to 12, means that you eat 12 hours and then you fast 12 hours. But the most effective one, yes, there's another one. You can fast 14 hours and eat 12 hours. No, 14 and, sorry, my mathematics is just upside down. You can calculate by yourself. If out of 24, you remove 14, what remains? Please do the math for me. 24, okay, means that 10, okay. Out of 24 hours, you fast for 14 hours, but they always recommend that the best is to do 16 to 8. I don't know if your lifestyle, you can do that with your lifestyle, if it's possible for you to do that. Because I have seen tremendous results in my body, that's why I am talking like this. Maybe I'm not making sense because I'm talking here and there, but if actually I'm making sense, let me know, please. Because today is my first live streaming, so yeah. So where am I? Exercise, yes. You lose weight from what you're eating. You reduce your calorie intake, reduce your food portion. This is one way to help you, is to reduce your food portion, make healthy choices of the food. Make sure that you have more vegetables in your food, healthy protein. As I said, healthy protein. So if you are going to eat meat, make sure it is lean meat, that the fat has been removed. It doesn't have a lot of fat inside. Yes. If you are going to eat fruits, some of the fruits also have a lot of sugar in them. So you can eat less of, you eat it, but you eat less of the one with sugar. Make sure you can choose the one that the sugar content is not very high. But it's good to eat fruits because they are very healthy. They have vitamins inside. They have healthy nutrients in them. They help our body to function well. The same thing is protein. You need to have protein in your diet. You need to have carbohydrates too. Doesn't mean you don't eat carbohydrate, but you make healthy choices and cut out processed food from your diet. You have to just have it in your mind. Sorry, please. Try to reduce your intake of processed food. Yes, they may be cheaper, but the long run, they are not healthy for your body. So you have to start making healthy choices. And as we women, when we get to a particular age, whether we like it or not, we are going to add weight because it's how God made us to be. Our hormones change. We stop to produce estrogen, which is helping to metabolism. When you start getting to the age of 40 and above, your metabolism starts to slow down. You start to add weight around your belly, around your hips. And they're more difficult to lose now because your metabolism has slowed down. Your body, the ability for your body to burn them and use them has reduced. So these are being stored in your body. Another thing that can cause weight gain is also stress. If you are very stressed, you're not sleeping very well, your body is producing the stress hormone. They call it stress hormone. This stress hormone also makes your metabolism to slow down, and you start gaining weight. You will say, I'm eating very healthy, but I'm gaining weight. It's from this situation. Like I said also before, it could also be due to genetics, your family background, how they are in your family. Some people in the family, they say they have some health issues, like diabetes in their family, or they have heart condition in their family. But even though these factors may be there, which your doctors can help you with, but also with food, you can adjust how your body will be. You can adjust part of it. You can help yourself through your food choices. So they say garbage in, garbage out. That's what we're talking about. So another thing that they say is that to be able to control weight loss is about 80% of food, 20% of exercise. So you need to do exercise, but the most work is done from the food that you are eating. Yes, you need to do exercise if you are overweight because it will help to be faster to lose this weight. Love you are the best. God bless you. Thank you. I love you too. So I hope I'm making sense now. No, I'm wrapping it up now because I've explained about our lifestyle, how our lifestyle affected us, and how we don't have time anymore to cook in the kitchen. And then we go for food that are easy to eat already, and they are cheaper also. They are looking more attractive. I started with that, and I'm trying to round up now about how we need to take charge by ourselves now to make conscious effort to choose right food for ourselves and for our family, because it's not only about ourselves, for ourselves and our family, to make conscious effort to make the right choice of healthy food. And it's better we prepare it by ourselves. You can have prepared even if you don't have time. Like if you come back from work and you're tired, but you have a day that you have prepare your food. Prepare it partly, put this in the fridge or freezer, package them, and then you come home and warm it if you can't have time to cook every day. Or you pack, but for me, I cook every day anyway. I cook every day, so I eat my food very fresh. Vegetables are very easy to cook. For me, they're very easy to cook. And my own way of cooking, I don't always, like when you cook and you put it in a saucepan, the way we cook our sauce, everything in one pot. The fat, even from the meat, is already going into the food. And then we also fry the food. There's fat, we fry the meat, Then the meat also already has its own fat. So it's added fat. So method of cooking also matters. How you cook your food matters also, apart from you cooking your food. So probably you have to change the method of your cooking. Like me, how I do when I cook Nigerian food, sorry, I eat Nigerian food, but I kind of limit or I change the way that I cook it. It may not taste sweet, but for me, it is healthy. And that's what I need for my body to be healthy. So I mostly will grill my meat. So while grilling the meat, part of the fat is melted away. I'm not going to use that fat. I grill my meat before I put it inside the sauce. And mostly I use very little oil. If I'm cooking, even the one that they use palm oil, is just a few drops of oil I'll put in it. Even without adding oil, the food will still be tasty. So another way you can make your food tasty is by adding spices. Instead of adding too much salt, add spices to your food. And some of those spices too are healthy. They are nutrients. They smell nice, they taste nice, they make the food more rich. So add the spices to your food. Oh yes, garlic is very nice. Yes, it is fantastic. Garlic is very nice. So I was talking about intermittent fasting, right? And then I digressed. So intermittent fasting, okay, let me see how I can explain it again. You know, when you sometimes you wake up in the morning and you find that your belly feels bloated. Say you slept for 8 hours, you wake up in the morning and you are feeling like you didn't digest your food. Your body is feeling bloated. Have you experienced that? Can you comment? Let me know. Okay, I will continue. This is how I wake up in the morning. Before I really started, I decided to started using it. Yes, okay, yeah, yes, okay. Esther said yes, and Sandra said yes. I wake up in the morning and my belly is already, I've slept. I wake up, you're started to sleep and digest your food, but my belly is still big and I'm not comfortable with myself. I'm like, what is this? So I started to research what I can do about it. Then I found out about intermittent fasting. So they have, like I said before, for me, and from what I gathered is that when you do 16, doesn't mean you will eat, but your window of eating is reduced so that your body has a chance while you're sleeping to digest the food. And it's also good because it helps your body to rest, because sometimes even before we go to bed, we are still eating. You don't realize it, the time you're relaxing, you just put something in your mouth, even for comfort. It feels good. You don't know that you're overeating. Like, that is how I used to eat before. I would have eaten my dinner maybe about 6 o'clock, but that is not the end of the day for me when it comes to eating. Then I will get the snacks. You actually add more weight from the snacks than even the food, because you don't count the snacks as, it's just something that you put in your mouth just to feel good. But even the healthy snacks, when you overeat them, they will add weight to your body. They turn to fat. Everything you eat turns to fat if it's not used. Either it is carbohydrate or protein or fruits, they will turn to fat if you don't use it. If your body doesn't need it, it will turn to fat in your body. So that's why I said about reducing your food portion, reducing your fat and sugar intake, trying to cut off from your diet processed food if you can. Because if you really want to lose weight, you have to set up your mind what is good for you. Things like pasta, rice. Okay, I know that our diet in Nigeria is full of, we like rice. Even you go to party, rice is there. You eat rice, but reduce your portion, because okay, we can't run away from rice. Even the way we make our jollof rice is so tasty. So you can't really, but try to reduce the portion. Let it be small on your plate. Let the vegetable be more on your plate. Then have a sizable good amount of protein in your diet. So intermittent fasting. So because you eat very late, even while you are sleeping, it's the liver. The liver is the one that functions mostly to help to break down the food that we eat. This liver doesn't rest. We don't allow it to rest. It's overworking. And then before it to finish to sort out the food, remove what is needed, take it to different parts of the body that is needed, then take the fats and keep it aside where it's to be stored. Set it where it's going to be stored in the body. Because what your body doesn't need, it doesn't burn out for its own use, it's going to store it. So this function in your body, your liver doesn't rest till the daytime. By the time you wake up, you are feeling bloated because it has not finished processing the food. Then you get your breakfast in the morning. Before you go to work, you eat maybe 7 o'clock or 8 o'clock, you eat again. So it's like 24 hours of the day, your liver is working, is not resting. It doesn't finish processing the food before you eat the next one. And even by the daytime, it has not finished. So you are bloated 24 hours of the day. Your belly is big, you don't know why. It's part of this reason. So when I realized that, I found that that was part of my problem. Then I discovered about intermittent fasting. Then I studied, okay, there are different ways. Some people say, I cannot do without eating for so long. Okay, you can say, okay, you can start, instead of doing 16 to 8, 16 and 8, you can start with 12 to 12 and then slowly start to extend the time you eat your breakfast to later. Yes, Sandra, Sandra said that I believe also that to eat late is not good for us. I agree with you. And that's what I'm saying. It's not good for us to eat. And I've explained why it's not good for us to eat late. Because your body does not finish processing the food by the time you wake up in the morning. And then you're eating your breakfast. Your body has not finished digesting the one of yesterday. You eat your breakfast. You eat again lunch. You eat dinner. Then you eat the snacks in between. Then the next day again is a continuous process. And the more of this, your body is storing it as fat. So, how does intermittent fasting help you? Like I said, for me, let me use an easy way. Say, okay, for me, I don't think I can taste it till 12 o'clock. That's why I changed my own to 11 o'clock. Because I eat my lunch about 1:30, 2 o'clock. I eat my lunch. And my dinner about 6, 7. The latest time I will eat at all is 8 o'clock. You say after dinner, maybe I want to eat some little snacks. Yes, you can take snacks, but depends on what you're eating, depends on how much you're eating, depends on your choice that you make. So how the intermittent fasting works for me. As I said to you before, because I stopped eating, the last food I eat is between 7 and 8 o'clock, my last food, including snacks. Means that from that time till 11 o'clock, because I do 11 to 7 actually, 11 to 7. Most of the time I eat my dinner at 6. So between 6 and 7, I have my snack. Latest 8 o'clock, I'm not eating anything. Nothing enters my belly again except maybe water or tea or something that is not adding calorie to my body. So with that way, when I go to bed and I sleep, between that 16 hours that I wake up to the time I'm going to have my breakfast in the morning, my body has digested the food. And because the calorie that I take the previous day, I am very conscious of the calorie I'm taking, that I reduce my portion of food. I make healthy choices. I eat more of vegetables and fruits that are not high in calories. So my calorie intake is low, because at my age now, my metabolism has reduced, but I have from my exercise and the way I eat, I have improved on my metabolism. My body is able to burn more of my food, is able to burn it more and use it up. So again, I'll go back to intermittent fasting. So by the time you wake up in the morning, your body has finished burning. It has processed the food. You are no more feeling bloated. I wake up in the morning, my belly is like very flat. Unlike before, it's like a pregnant woman. Now, I wake up in the morning, my belly is flat. until I eat around 11 o'clock. Even before I eat my breakfast, I do exercise. So that exercise I'm doing, I'm burning not the carbohydrate, not from the carbohydrate, I'm burning from the stored fat in my body. I'm burning from there. I'm not burning from what I'm eating because I've not eaten anything anyway. So it's what has been stored in my body I'm going to use for my exercise, and I burn it. I burn part of it. So it means that I begin to have to develop what they call calorie deficit. I'm reducing. I don't know if do you understand me, please? Because when I talk about calorie deficit and all this, maybe it's confusing. Because what I'm eating, the calorie that I'm eating and the one that and my body is burning, my body is started to burn more, and I'm reducing consciously. I determine in my mind that I want to lose weight, I want to lose belly fat, so I take conscious action from what I eat, my choice of food, what I'm eating, because I want to change my life, I want to change my lifestyle. I don't want to grow into developing like things like health problems like diabetes, because from growing a big belly is also going to lead to other things. Your body storing all these things, it can lead to blockage of the blood vessels because you tend to have more calorie and cholesterol in the body from the diet, so it can end up growing into becoming a health issue. So apart from losing belly fat and looking good, fitting into your clothes and looking beautiful, for health reasons also you want to lose weight, you want to keep your body weight to be normal, not to be overweight. Are we still here? Are we still hearing me? Thumbs up if you're hearing me. Okay, because you're not commenting, but okay, I believe you're hearing me. So, but about intermittent fasting, do you get it? Hi. Okay, I have 6 people. Who is still here? Okay, I think I've explained intermittent fasting enough. So means that I burn my calories before I eat my breakfast. I burn some of the calories, and then the food I'm eating is healthy and is less portion of food. I cut off processed food from my diet. I go into calorie deficit. Means that the calorie that I'm eating is becoming less than what I'm burning more than what I'm eating. Let me put it that way. My body started to burn more than what I'm eating. Hi, good, thank you. Yes. So I started to burn more than what I'm eating because I incorporate exercise into my lifestyle every day. So I don't know if you know that I did a 30 days challenge, walking every day. So you can also take up challenges, if you do exercise every day, you can start exercise from your home. Even if you don't go to the gym, you can do it from your house. For example, I started doing exercises through YouTube. I was watching some people doing exercise on YouTube at home, particularly during the lockdown when we couldn't go anywhere. We were staying at home. I started doing some workouts at home. Every day I would do it, and I challenged myself to lose belly fat in 2 weeks. So there was one program I was following on YouTube to lose belly fat in 2 weeks, and it was very, very strenuous exercises I was doing. If you check my YouTube channel, you can find I videoed that one. I made a video of that, lose abs in 2 weeks. And truly I did that exercise. I lost belly fat, but I was dieting as well. I was eating right. I made healthy choices. And then because before I used to like to eat, I would bake cake, I would eat, I was enjoying it. Although they were healthy, so-called healthy desserts, healthy snacks, I would eat them, but they were adding calories to my body, even though they were called healthy snacks. Adding calories because I was indulging too much in them. Doesn't mean you can't eat, but I was indulging too much in them. So I was adding calories. My belly was really very big. So you find that video on my channel if you find it, So I'm just trying to motivate you and myself as well, because it's a journey. It's not an ending journey. It's something that is continuous. We have to continue doing it. You can't stop. So after I finished that two abs in 2 weeks, I gained abs in 2 weeks. I really lost belly fat. Believe me, I lost belly fat through that exercise and diet. But it was determination that this thing must go. I wasn't born with this. So anyway, and I haven't stopped. I still do exercises, different types, but the one I'm doing now is walking. I try to walk every day. I walk every day. Sometimes I do minimum 6 kilometers. I do 7 kilometers. I do 8 kilometers walking every day. Okay, I know that maybe with your lifestyle, with your work, you don't have the time, but you can create time for it. It's about making healthy choices. You can create time. You don't have to do it every day. You can do like 3 times a week, but make sure that you do this exercise. You burn the calories. So if your body metabolism has slowed down because of your lifestyle, you can change it. You can improve your metabolism. You can improve your metabolism. You can change it. I have done it, and I'm still on it. It's not an ending journey. It's a continuous journey, and I'm not stopping. Even though I've lost some weight, I am not satisfied. I still feel like there's more to lose, because if I relax, I'm going to start gaining the weight again. So that's why I follow this lifestyle and I'm continuing on it. So how do you get motivated? Please, can you let me know if you understand what I explained about intermittent fasting before I move on? Okay, anyway, I'll move on. How to get motivated with your weight loss journey? How do you get motivated? How do you start your weight loss journey? You have to decide. You have to make a decision. You have to have a time that you decide and say, okay, I want to start to change my lifestyle. I want to reduce weight. Why do you want to lose weight? Either the doctor has told you, but you don't want to wait until the doctor tells you to lose weight. You want to start now before it gets too late. So you have to make a decision and set your goals. You want to lose weight, how much you want to lose. How do you want to lose weight? From your diet, from the way you eat, from exercise, you can lose weight. You combine the two, it makes it even better. So you can improve your metabolism through this way. Your body starts to burn calories better. It starts to work by itself, So you have to be serious about it. You have to be committed to it. You start today, you don't continue. You're not consistent with your lifestyle of healthy living and eating right and exercise. It's like a waste of time. So you have to be committed to it. You have to be focused on it. You have to determine this in your mind that you're going to achieve this for yourself. Because with this way, you are saving yourself for future of spending money with the doctors. So you have to be determined, you have to be consistent, and you have to determine when you want to start, you have to start. How can you do? You can do it, you don't have to go to the gym, you can do it at home. You have your legs, you can walk instead of taking a car or a taxi or anything to a short distance. You can walk. You can consciously determine that you're going to spend more time walking or doing fitness at home. There are very easy ones that you can do at home that are not very strenuous, but you start from the little ones, then you can start changing to more harder ones. You have to set the time for this. You have to set the time to do your exercise. You have to set the time. If you say that you don't have time, you have to create the time. If you can do it like 3 times a week. So you can do it like 3 times a week. If you can do it every day, it's fine. But if you can do it 3 times a week, you can do it 3 times a week, as long as you are able to get results. And then when you're able to get results, you're more motivated to continue. But you don't stop because you don't get results. You have to continue. If you are continue and you're consistent, you're definitely going to get results. And if there's any underlying condition that is not making you to lose the weight, means you probably have to see your doctor that can recommend to you what to do, either to go to a nutritionist or maybe some, I don't know, I'm not a doctor, but so far, this is what I have done and this is what has helped me. I have created time and I have to do my exercise. I consciously make effort to eat the right food. I cook my food. I tried before, yes, I will buy processed food and snacks. I love snacks and I still eat snacks, but I cut down on what I eat. And I make sure that the last food I eat of the day is from latest 8 o'clock, so that I give my body a chance to burn it and process it, my body to digest the food and process it by the following day before I eat my next food for the day. If time is a problem for you, if it's time factor and you don't have time to cook because you go to work, you come back from work, you're tired, means that you have to set a day, maybe your weekend, where you can prepare this food, prepare it partly and package it and store it, that you can, when you come back from work, you just warm it and eat. But for me, I prefer to eat my food fresh, so it's easy for me. It doesn't take time for me. If things that I can take time, maybe the protein, but vegetables are very easy to just put it on the fire. It's easy to prepare. For me, I don't spend time in the kitchen. Between 15 minutes, 30 minutes, my food is ready. Even though I cook every day, 15 minutes, 30 minutes, my food is ready. So that's all I can say. And I hope that you have been able to gain something from this discussion. We have already spent 1 hour. I hope you've gained something from this discussion. And if there's anything that you want me to talk about, can you please let me know, or something that I've said that is not clear? What do you understand about intermittent fasting? Is a chit chat, quick Q&A now. Ask me questions. And I'm asking you also, what do you understand about intermittent fasting? I've explained it. Is it clear to you? Do you understand it? How it can help your weight loss? How it can help you? So, thanks. Thank you. So now I'm going to put some points here. I'm going to type some points here, what I have talked about. So we talk about weight loss. Okay. Weight loss, how to lose weight. You make conscious, intentional, healthy food choices. What are the choices of food that you eat? What do you buy? What do you have in your kitchen? Is it more of vegetables, fruits, and protein? What is in your diet? Decide today. Make a decision today. What are you going to eat? For you and your family, actually, I know that vegetables are not as expensive as we think. Vegetables are healthy. Okay, there are different types of vegetables, but vegetables that are low in calories, they are not expensive. Let us eat less processed food because they have stripped this food of what is good, please. Let's eat, if you buy meat, cut off the fat inside. Try to eat less of red meat. Red meat is not very good. It doesn't mean you don't eat it, but eat less of red meat. Eat more of fish, white meat, like chicken. Okay, so then exercise is important. Okay, so exercise is very important. We try to incorporate exercise into our lifestyle. Let's do it 3 times a week. It's very easy to walk around your neighborhood, walk. God has given us our legs to walk, and God made us all these cars, everything. Okay, they are good, they are comfortable, they're good for our lifestyle, but at the same time, when you spend a lot of your time, you go from your house, you sit down at home, you go into your car, from your car you go to your work, or you take a taxi or you take a bus or whatever, you're all the time sitting down. So we need to make our body to work and spend energy before, when you spend energy, you work, you are spending energy, and your body system is working, is functioning better. So I think I wrap up today's discussion, and I hope we make conscious efforts to change our lifestyle to have a healthy life, because what is important is what we take in and what goes out of our body that is causing problem for us in our health. So it's better we decide it from now and take conscious effort to live a healthy lifestyle than to wait until there is a problem. So thank you all for tuning in. Thank you for joining me. I know that it took you had to leave some other things to be able to spend time here with me. I am very, very grateful. All right, Coco and Mr. Mzoniyama are watching now and encourage you more better. Thank you. Thank you. So exercise is important at least 3 times a week. Do intermittent fasting if you can. Walking is a good exercise. Walk more. Do indoor exercises. Thank you, Sandra. Really pleasure for you coming also. Thank you for spending your time. I hope that you gain something from this discussion. I know that I try to explain. Sometimes I am too passionate. I can't even express myself very well. But I have gained so much from changing my lifestyle. I just can't keep it to myself. And I want people to make choices in their life to be healthy. Thank you so much. I get nice advice about the health to lose weight. Yes. And I really want to motivate people to take care of their health and to start not to waste time, because from what you eat and the way you live your life can add up to a problem in your health. So thank you so much. I'm very, very grateful that you honored my invitation. Thank you. I'm very grateful, and I'll be doing more of this. I don't know what else you would like me to do. If next time, can you give a comment what you like me to do or talk about? Sometimes I'm thinking also to do like live exercise. Maybe that will also motivate to do live indoor exercise. Can you make a comment and let me know if any one of you will be interested in that?